Hello and welcome back! It is the start of Season 3 today. Isn't that something? That means I'm about, still maybe a third, how about 2/5 of the way through this game. This profile, rather. Because, and this will serve as a bit of a reminder of, the occasion of this whole series is that I am doing 100% completion for save file number 3. And now, we have finished unlocking all of the characters, well, aside from all the tainted characters, but those will come naturally, and we have now finished all of the challenges. All of them. There are a few miscellaneous achievements left, namely just online achievements. But this season, Season 3, I will be focusing on getting all of the remaining completion marks for all 17 normal characters here. And I will do it methodically, I will do it in order, and I will go boss by boss, then character by character, then boss by boss. In other words, I will focus on one boss at a time, and cycle through every character, beating that boss until I move on to the next character. That's just how I've decided I want to do things. But today will be slightly different. So I apologize for breaking my rule immediately. But I need to get the online challenge done. Well, I've done the online daily challenges, but I must create a challenge. And because I haven't done it yet, I will be doing Greedier mode with Isaac. And sure, I'll say casual, why not? Yep, so I haven't beaten Greedier mode with Isaac, which is funny because that's, this is like the easiest character. Oh, hello, 10. Hi, 10. Yay. And for today's topic, I'm gonna go over some of the most interesting facts that I have learned so far in doing this series. Why am I not moving? Hold on. Uh-oh. Hold on, 10. Oh. Am I not... No? What is going on? Oh, why is it keyboard controls? Where's my controller? Hello? You know what? Whatever. I don't actually know how to use the keyboard controls in this. So, we're gonna experiment. Yeah, I'll take that, that's fine. Yes, you absolutely need that. Anyway, I apologize for the chair squeaking earlier, but it is what it is. Ooh, very nice. And, yeah, I suppose we just get to it. Very nice. So, out of doing this series, I've learned a lot of things. Various things. A lot of things. And of the various things I have learned, some of them are genuinely pretty interesting. And I still think about them from time to time, and I've used them as fun little trivia before. For example, one of the first episodes I did was on the calendar, and the history of the calendar, and where we get the modern calendar, and, it comes from the Gregorian calendar, which comes from the Julian calendar, which is based off of the earlier Etruscan calendar. but there are still some facts about that which are very fascinating, honestly. For instance, the Etruscan calendar, the original one, only had 10 months in it. Only 10. And then January and February were added to this calendar, although they may not have been named as such when they were added. And we will continue to go because I want to make the most use out of 10's damage buff here. Again, only 10 original months, which is surprising. And January and February were added later, but most interesting of all, January and February were added to the end of the calendar year, not the beginning. At some point, they wrapped around, they rolled over, and nobody knows why or really when. But that also kind of relates to why, because history, you know? We would like to know these things, but sometimes things like these can't be known. Unfortunate, but it's the way things work. Please don't die, 10. I need you. You're my damage horse. That's not a real term, but I have made it up, so now it is. What is real anyway? Oh, we both got hurt. I wondered why that sounded like an echo. I would love to be playing on controller right now. XD, what a great response. I could revive you. Yeah, I should. You're too important. But I will... Hold on, I do want to take this. That is pretty good. That is a reroll. How do I reroll? No. That is not the right button. Space. Vra is indeed the right response. Sure, I'll take it. Why not? It could be good. In just the right scenarios, it could be good. I would very much like to win today. Because I don't want to have to play another challenge like this. No offense to 10 here. Also, oh. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, those would be great. I'd rather re-roll that. I'm gonna try my hand at this. Okay, I think that was good. Actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We have enough. Let's get this. So anyway, yes, the calendar really was, like, I still think about what I learned because it feels like something that everyone should know. Ner? Well, 10 has left me. 10 has rage quit. Can I use my controller now? No, I can't. I don't get it. You know, I did see there were a few updates today to The Binding of Isaac. Or, not just today, but more recently, and that was horrible of me. Oops. I hope 10, or whatever their full username actually is, doesn't feel too bad. This game can get a little crazy sometimes. That is a bit of an inside joke. And I don't care that I've died. I genuinely don't. Yes, I can tell I need a controller. Yes, I will exit the lobby. Let's see if I can't remake this. Also, hold on, let me check something. Yay! Great. Okay, let me see if I can't get the game to update, because I saw there was an update pending. Hopefully that will fix the controller issues. I have no idea what's going on. What a great start to the season. Where are my options? Ignore the see you later, let me fix that. There, now it's back to high. Okay, the Binding of Isaac is updated. Again. Wonderful, wonderful. What a messy episode. There we are. Public match, create. Greedier. Casual. Create. And yep, I am playing Isaac. I have a streak of -1. Fantastic. Alright. Let's see. Speaking of the calendar, it was also fascinating to see how the ancient Egyptians had a 365-day calendar but did not account for leap years. Which evidently annoyed people. I mean, it makes sense, because religious holidays tended to be held on specific dates, and, you know, when your calendar drifts one day every 4 years, that can be pretty annoying to deal with. And it was certainly annoying for Julius Caesar, who then went back to Rome, had the longest year in history by, you know, since he was away at war. He didn't have the option to assign all of the extra days that the Roman calendar needed to have assigned back then. So he did that all at once when he finally came back, and then instituted the Julian calendar. 10, can you come back? Well, I'm doing this at a pretty odd time, admittedly, because it's the weekend. But, Well, okay. As awkward as this may be, here's how I'm gonna salvage this episode. What a great start to the season, by the way. I know I've said that already. I will instead do what I meant, or what I was going to do next episode, and start in earnest the going through these remaining completion marks, but I'll just have to try again at a more reasonable hour of the night, or afternoon, or even morning, for, I guess, tomorrow's episode for an online challenge. Oops. Oh well. 14 minutes wasted, but whatever. So, if it isn't clear, my goal for this episode, or for this particular run, is now, and by the way, my controller seems to be working. Great. Wonderful. My goal is, right now, to beat, the chest that is the upper path. And I don't need to beat Mega Satan this time, but for other characters whom I haven't yet beaten Mega Satan, I will try to do that if it's convenient, but I may not every single episode, depending on whether I've already completed it, of course, or whether I have both paths to do. Anyway, back to talking about what I've learned. Other things that stick in my mind, what I've learned thus far, I'll take that. Yeah, that's not bad. I still sometimes think about the episode I did on taste buds. That's one that absolutely no one watched. So, you know, you'll hear it now. First of all, there's at least one more officially recognized taste than I certainly remember there being, that being fatty. Fat as a taste is apparently something that, you know, your tongue can recognize, which makes sense. I think I can taste fattiness. In fact, whenever I have a pizza, which I do love, it's probably my favorite food. This is an excellent start to the run. Sorry, 10, I'm making you look bad. I'm sorry. Maybe this is just the power of using a controller. Oh, gross. Thankfully, I can re-roll this. So, yes, you can taste fattiness, and every time I have a pizza, I have this very strange mouth feel, I'll call it, although I guess it's really just me tasting the fat that's, the pizza grease that is consumed my mouth, that I just feel weird and not very hungry the entire rest of, the day. I do gorge myself on pizza, though, to be clear. And I don't know where the secret room is. So we go. But not only that, but actually, finding out what exactly a taste bud was pretty neat. And seeing how many of them there are, I did not realize that there were 3 different regions of the tongue where you could find taste buds, and in very, very different amounts as well. That was pretty neat. It's not something you really think of very much, so it was very interesting to to find out that, yeah, 95% of your taste buds are located at the back of your tongue. Not on the surface of your tongue, not on the sides of your tongue, the back. And they pretty much taste everything. They're pretty indiscriminate too. The whole misconception about different parts of your tongue taste different things is pretty old and inaccurate, of course, but you can absolutely taste a lot at the back of your tongue, and it is particularly tuned to taste bitterness. I don't think I've gotten you yet, but I can afford to grab you real quick and then put you back. So I know that, doesn't really affect anyone's life. It's not life-changing news. Certainly. But still, I'll use it, why not? I thought it was pretty interesting. And maybe you will too, I don't know. I mean, I already spoke about it, but again, nobody watched that episode. And I have 15 pennies. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll take it. Ooh. More tinted rocks for me, please. Now, of course, I did a lot of philosophy in Season 2 there. That was how I challenged myself while doing a season of challenges, was to do philosophy. And why am I going back? I was thinking of doing something. Well, I would like to have another charge of my reroll, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Yes, my knockback wins! My knockback and my tear rate. Beautiful. Enemies? Yes! 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 So, again, I did a lot of philosophy. That was just what I decided to do for the season full of challenges. Because it was a challenging season. Oh, man. Is there any consolation here? Not really. Line her up. Knock her down. No batteries, though. That's a shame. Well, I'll accept a devil deal, I suppose. And in talking about philosophy, there were a number of topics that, I had genuinely never researched myself before, and it was pretty interesting to learn about what Aristotle and Plato did, and honestly figure out who they were, because, I'd like to say that, oh yeah, I knew who they were the whole time, obviously, but in all seriousness, I never paid that close attention, nor did I ever watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. Adventure? Singular? Plural? I don't even know. But I know they talk about Socrates and stuff. So there you have it. But, yeah, actually learning about that? For instance, the arrow paradox, the one of many arrow paradoxes, really, and the Achilles and the tortoise, or rather the tortoise and the hare, which is sort of the same, kind of, sort of. Get you out of here. I wish I had more damage. Damaggio. Joe, where are you? Yay! Hematemesis. Anyway, the... oh, ow. No. Now I am the fool. I missed 10. But the Achilles and the tortoise paradox is part of Zeno's paradoxes. Of course, I had heard of Zeno's paradoxes before, but, looking them up myself, again, pretty neat. Not that they were that enlightening, especially to a modern audience. There we are. Oh, I tried. But that it was neat looking at a piece of history like that. Also, certainly, I did a lot of Bible reading too. And I think it was all worthwhile. In fact, the one time I didn't was when I talked about hell and went off the top of my head and ended up getting a bunch of stuff wrong. Or, not completely wrong, but it was inaccurate. I was not proud of the episode after the fact, but, I kept it up not because it's, fake news or anything that, it's a message that I want to propagate, but because I corrected it in the following episodes, and I'm pretty proud of myself for how I handled that, all in all. But again, actually going into scripture, looking at the sources for these things, it's pretty useful, pretty important for figuring out what is and isn't said, and also I don't mean to be this guy, but the Bible does say a lot of things, and it can be difficult to keep track of at times. I will take you. Oh, yes! That's a great item. Look at my little sock. Socks, plural. Nice. Nice. Ooh. Oh, I hate that move. It always gets me. Except for that time. But it always gets me otherwise. That was close. Just stay there. Of course I had to open my mouth. Trust me, that move always gets me. Always. 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 Except for those times. I don't count those times. Those times are different. I don't have much of a choice here. Yeah, okay, I do have Delirium, just checking. And as is tradition here, I will be fighting the Angel. Wow, it's not Gabriel. Oh, come on, that should have been close enough. Get off of me. I speak great English sometimes. I suppose I'll just take more speed. Let's see, I will admit that in all of the topics that I've covered, maybe about half have been topics that I've already been familiar with beforehand. But as I've gotten into the swing of doing this every single day, well, I mean, sometimes I record a few episodes at a time, but I've been generally better about, doing this and preparing for it every single day, doing something for this series every day. I have gotten more comfortable with researching quickly and efficiently, as well as using good sources. I mean, I'd like to believe that I have always used good sources, but it's important not just to know that Wikipedia is generally a good source, but to prove that it is by going through the sources that Wikipedia lists and verifying, I should have saved that, verifying what is there, which I have done. Not every video, but on several. I know several isn't that, amazing of a claim there, but it is true. I don't just always blindly accept whatever Wikipedia says. I mean, sometimes I do. It really depends on the article. But when it comes to even political news, which I haven't really talked about any, to be clear, I see myself as someone who has good sources generally. I go to trustworthy news sources, and I very carefully gauge what I report to my friends and family, for that matter. Yes, I was expecting you at some point. Here you are. I am sloppy. Maybe I'm just excited. Excited about the fact that I am playing the normal game mode again, and I am out of the mirth of challenges. Is mirth even the most appropriate word to use there? Probably not. Probably not. But I am absolutely excited to get back into talking about kind of whatever I want. And boy, do I have some genuinely interesting although unconventional topics that I'd love to talk through in the coming days, weeks, and months. Ow! Ah. Ah. Now, oh. I was just about to say how I was worried about losing my eternal heart. And now I don't have to. Yay. Ooh, yuck. Will you stay at hand? Is that even the right phrase? I feel like sometimes when I'm recording, I just lose the ability to think through various common English phrases. Maybe I'll start speaking a different language one day. Who knows? Now, of course, I should mention the several episodes I did talking about capitalism and communism, and yeah, I'll take that. I wish it were damage, but that's okay. It is technically damage. Oh, and I do have my tier cap raised by 0.5 anyway. So, it's more beneficial than I thought. So in learning about capitalism and communism and their histories, one of the more interesting facts, at least to me, I'm not sure about you, was that there really is no definition of capitalism. It's just not something I ever really thought through before. And yet, it's true. Oh, great. More stuff. Hey. Yes. Meet my fly friend. Yeah, I'll eat that real quick. Sure. Don't like this room. More specifically, I don't like the fact that I'm gonna waste a charge on my battery, but whatever. C'est la vie. Someone, please say it. And now I go back and hopefully... Could be worse. It's a Bob item. Who knows? I may yet get the Bob transformation. Great room. Great. Love another dead end. With my knockback, I feel like I'm bullying him. Am I bullying him? Maybe. Whoa. Whoa. Also, ow. I do enjoy Pisces for the tier rate, of course, but the knockback can get annoying, especially with my tier rate. Ugh. Oh, good. Ooh. I'll take finger bone. That's not bad. That's fine. I'm okay with just a little addiction. I don't mind. Just a little on the top, please. I don't like this room enough, and I want to make space for the sun, so I'll use this. Oh, that was unfortunate, really. Very unfortunate. I should still have some soul hearts left. And by some, I mean like one, maybe? I'm not keeping careful track. Wait, there we are. Good, excellent, even. Aha. And that, ladies and gentlemen and non-binaries, is Beelzebub. Excellent. My flies! Hello again, my friend. You know, I forgot to pull up my list of achievements, miscellaneous achievements that I still needed. I don't think there were any related to the bomb beggar, but, wow. First attempt. This is a pretty good run. Pretty good run. I don't particularly want a health down, to be honest with you. I'll consider it. Oh, I heard a bone heart snap. I wish I could check, but I cannot. Alas. One lass, please. Ah, come on. I thought I had killed you. Of course, you had slightly more health. Oh, no. And it's the wrong way. You know, I'm just gonna... Yeah. Yeah, I forgot I could do that until a few moments ago. Don't blow yourselves up on the shopkeeper. Only I get to do that. Monstro the Second. Well, the flies you spawn are my friends now. How does that make you feel? Yes! My friends! They didn't do much, but I appreciate the effort. Guppy now? Really? I'm not very interested. I might take the knife. You know what? That's not bad. In fact, neither of those are that bad. And then we take you. Finally, some more damage. Oh, and I still have that small battery, and I don't think the shop had a battery. I could be wrong. Could be misremembering that. I have no soul hearts. Cool. Cool. Good to know. With the amount of bombs that I have, not including that bomb, the bombs that I have. Where are you? Oh! I didn't expect you. Oh, no. Oh, yes. And yeah, I'll see what you are. Bombs are key is actually pretty good for the chest, because that is where I'm going today. I don't remember the exact sentence I left off on, but I was gonna start talking about... Hold on. Fallacies, that's what it was. Various fallacies, even fallacies dating back to Aristotle. Yes, marking them down, talking about them. Of course, I knew of fallacies before, and in fact have looked them up on some occasions when necessary, but it was pretty neat to see that Aristotle did as well. Yeah, I'll take you. Normally I wouldn't, but +2 luck, and with my fire rate, that's not a bad item. It's not a great item, but it's not worth re-rolling bad. That was the wrong direction, you fool. And this is where this guy shines. Well, if he would target multiple of them. Not... Yeah, like that. Excellent. And now I break the skulls just in case. Well, get me out of there. Oh, that was unfortunate. Yeah, sometimes I realize why nobody really watches this series. It's just a normal Binding of Isaac playthrough. And the game is kind of old at this rate, but that's okay. I'll keep at it, because this is simply what I want to do. And also, I'm not really making the previous episodes all that appetizing from this episode, am I? I assure you, they were genuinely interesting. I just didn't feel like preparing very much for today, because I had already re-recorded last episode. Oh, sure. And it was kind of draining to do so, to be honest. If you saw last episode, the ending in particular was wild. And also, while editing that video very quickly, I did notice that my mic sounded sort of tinny. I have a fan on in the background normally, at this time of year in particular. Sure, I'll take it, mostly so that I might get Leviathan. But I'll have to forego the fan in future recordings, so hopefully I only get the appropriate amount of hot in my room while recording these in the future. Only the appropriate amount. And just checking, yeah, okay, it really wasn't there. Oh well. I mean, yeah, okay. More speed, yes, thank you. Now I really am excited, aren't I? Whoa. That's my bad, I looked away. Yes, to think about the Fermi paradox and the many, many different solutions that are posed for it. That was fun. I thought that was a good episode. Also, this is gonna be the end of me if I'm not careful here, so let's lock in. I say, as I get hit. Oh. Good, good, and we go up. Yes, yes, we go up. I don't like this level of speed, this rate of speed that I have. But it's an XL floor, that's neat. And there's the excitement. Flaming bomb, cool. So, the boss, I'm gonna guess it's up top, but I don't have much control over that, do I? So I'm gonna search the bottom first, just in case, and hopefully the bosses, are down there. I'm excited again. Easy room. They are not. That is most unfortunate. Most unfortunate, yes. Ah, great. Well, at this rate, what's a little room skipping? As a treat. Didn't like that. Didn't like that either, but I have spirit shackles. Well, that was very close, actually. Yay! And I yet live. And my opponents do not. I am not a fan of this room. I don't have a great history of avoiding the leprosy attacks. What a weird sentence out of context. But who cares? Yay, health. Yeah, that's right. Get paralyzed. Because you have no idea how to handle me. Who's left? No, the biggin. You didn't even drop me a heart. How heartless. That's a sun. And it didn't even really work. Ugh, okay. This is fine. Everything is fine. You know, if nothing else, I did already technically complete today's goal. No! You gotta be kidding me. You put me to the absolute furthest room? Well, that's on me. I always pop pills, even when I really shouldn't. In-game, not in real life. But a little addiction can never hurt, you know. Alright. I'm not at the absolute furthest now. I'm just not that much closer. Calm yourself, friend. There we are. Whew. You had me worried. Okay, that's one. And that's 2 and 3. Well, actually, the other one died earlier, but I neglected to mention it, because my counting schema was already in effect. Yeah, I'll see who you are. Uh-huh. 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 Great. Wonderful. Thank you. Now we are back where we were. A long time ago, it feels like. Ugh. Why are there so many leprosies? That was scary close. Yeah, I'll party with that. And I don't just party with anything. Okay. The Fallen. That's fine, that's fine. Easy boss. Why did you... Whatever. There we are. I don't particularly care for Gimpy. It wouldn't help me that much anyway. That doesn't help at all. Oh, and my light bulb is useless. I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, and my shield. I totally forgot about my shield. Well, there goes that. But I have a bone heart now, so that's neat. Yay, shield. Yay. Do it. Yes. That was beautiful. Thank you. Do the laser. Ow. That was okay. And up we go. Let's see, what else did I learn about? Obviously plenty of stuff. Ooh. Can you give me something better? Now, wait a minute. I'll just re-roll that. That's a much smarter idea. Come on. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. And I'm done with you. Ooh. Hi. Okay, that was some slick maneuvering, if I do say so. Nice. And nothing special here. If I were the boss, I'd probably be up top. But a library? Oh. With 3 books in it. I'll be honest, I may just take the monster manual with me to the next floor, because, wow. Wow. Although, I can never underestimate the utility of having a reroll in the chest. You know how it is. But also having that homing against bosses would also be great. The High Priestess is okay. The Sun, now that's useful. Hello. Huh. Huh. I always need to think about this. Ooh. 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 Oh. Nice. Hi again. That was very close, but I think it paid off. Oh, come on. Do it, Monstro. Sit on my little ghost buddy. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I've talked about many different topics so far, ranging from batteries to philosophy to... Whoa. Global warming to the ozone layer. Actually, I haven't talked about global warming proper, but the ozone layer. Aha, you can't fool me. Although that, I think, is a better item. Wish I could gulp. Anyway, now that I have this fully charged, yeah, thank you. I mean, you have served me well, actually, giving me the occasional bone heart. You've given me 2. I wanna say... No. Nah, if this were anywhere, it'd be up at, like, the top left, wouldn't it? I'll try here. I don't think it's here. Yeah. But I have some rooms to recharge it, of course. Oh. Ah. Oh, great. Not a terrible room. I don't know why I was so sarcastic there. I'm just naturally a sarcastic person. That's the gist of it. You know what I'll do? I'll get out of here. Because Oh. Oh, but I can... Cool. I was right! Yes! Oh. Ow. That hurt real bad. Amazing. And that solidifies it for me. I am going back to get the monster manual. Oh. Oh, even the ghost's jars respawn. That's neat. Ow. Oh, thank you. I have talked about all kinds of topics so far. Oh, diabetes, that's another good one. I'm just eyeballing my list occasionally when I have a free moment, and then I usually get hit anyway. Okay, now that you're good to go, another book. That's okay. I'm good on books now. Diabetes was a very interesting one because there's no known cause. Rather, if the cause of diabetes is known, then it's not called diabetes, at least for type 2 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is pretty well understood. But that was like... What? Really? It's not known? It's... Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I'll spin you right round, baby, right round. Just a little bit, though. Thank you. And I could do a little bit more. Okay, how about a little bit more? Yes. You've served me well. I will remember you fondly. Whatever his name was, I appreciate him. Ow. My bad. Mea culpa. I've talked about the history of jesters. That's another interesting one. I'm just saying everything's interesting. And if everything is interesting, then nothing is. But still, genuinely, I thought it was pretty fascinating. And now I understand the, Stanchik? Yeah, that was his name. The Stanchik painting, the very famous meme one with the, like, sad jester in the chair. I get it now. Stanchik. That was the pronunciation. My bad. Well, his kingdom doesn't really exist anymore, so I don't think anyone would be too hurt by it. Ah, there we are. That's Isaac done. I talked about warm-bloodedness versus cold-bloodedness. Isaac's tears, terrible item. Oh. And you're just gonna give me the boss? I don't want to be excited, to be honest. But I also don't want to go straight to the boss. I want to accumulate more guys. I'm sorry, but I think that's safer. Oddly enough. Whoop, that was close. I'm surprised you never jumped around. Whatever. Uh-oh. Now, a room like this could be bad, because I don't do enough damage to fully take care of things. Ah, and now everything will be fine. Probably. Who is it? Okay, cool. Hi. Yeah, I wish I could make better use of that contagion one, but whatever. I've talked about the numbers of COVID after all, after everything was said and done, which, I mean, it really isn't because it is an endemic, you know. Unfortunate, but it's true. I've talked about the separation of church and state, what exactly it means, and what it doesn't mean. I've talked about indoctrination, what it looks like, and examples of it, and what it doesn't look like, too. Because people can be pretty quick to call anything religious indoctrination, when it's not. Let's see, I've talked about evangelicalism, the movement, the composition of it, why I disagree with it, as well as, on a related note, Christian fundamentalism. Again, not what I believe in, Christian though I may be. Even though I also said last episode that I think it's wiser, if possible, to believe in the account of Genesis being more literal. Which, again, I get the irony there, but it's still true. It makes more sense in a greater biblical context, just not in a more physical context, not without making some assumptions about the world. Even if those assumptions are non-falsifiable, that's okay. What isn't okay is claiming that unfalsifiable things are science. Who is it? Oh, sure. Welcome, friend. I acknowledge that I'm running low on health now, but I will keep making my way through rooms. I know it's gonna extend the episode, but I need to do this. I need more friends. The number of friends I currently have simply isn't enough. Not for my appetite. One penny, thank you. Oh, I should really be making use of Little Monstro more. I totally forgot. Oh. Hello. Oh. Hi. I could. I'm not saying I will. I'm saying I could. Two more rooms to another friend. Oh, man. Okay, that's fine. I should maybe stop taking soul hearts early, because I'm losing them pretty quickly. Would you stop trading off like this? It's annoying. Okay, that's one. Emergency contact is welcome. And who? What? Huh. Okay. Fine. Whoa. Nice. I've talked about the authors of the gospel. I've talked about the history of tragedies and comedies. I've talked about the basics of nuclear. I can't leave. Right. Oh, I have Daddy Longlegs! Excellent. Excellent familiar. One of the best, honestly. I think I do. I thought I saw him. Yeah, I see you. I'm just slowly chipping away at them. That's my strat here. That's all I can really hope to do, because I am scared of losing too much more health. Ow. I always have to open my big dumb mouth. Here's another episode that I do think about from time to time, is vitamins. Another episode that nobody watched, but learning about the names of the various vitamins and where the names come from was pretty interesting. That originally there were just A vitamins and B vitamins, with A vitamins being water soluble and B vitamins being fat soluble, I believe it was. Maybe I have that backwards, but those were the original 2 vitamins. But then as things developed, some of their names were replaced while others weren't. And so you have all of the B vitamins sharing the same family. They're all referred to as B vitamins, even still. Maybe it's worth having that. Maybe. Meanwhile, a lot of the former vitamin A's ended up differentiating into their own various names. Some are referred to as their own separate vitamins. Others may be referred to, by their chemical names. And things get weird. But fundamentally, the definition of a vitamin, maybe this is obvious to people, but it wasn't to me, is any compound that your body needs but can't sufficiently produce itself. And yeah, I guess it's time. This shouldn't actually be that hard because I also have Beelzebub, the fly transformation, so any flies you spawn should be my allies instead. Though Daddy Longlegs is really putting in some work here for me. Ow. I only got hit for half? No, I'm mistaken. Never mind. And use Little Monstro. And there we go. It's as easy as that. Yay. And I'll use the sun. The D20! And something wicked this way comes. Oh, neat. I unlocked a bunch of stuff today. Anyway, thank you for watching this beautiful mess of an episode. I hope you enjoyed. You probably didn't learn anything unless you did. I don't know, you could have. I did talk about episodes that no one has seen. So, anyway, hope to see you again tomorrow, where I will attempt to get the online... to not just play an online multiplayer match, but win one as well. Hopefully get that cleared out as I continue working through now all of the normal character completion marks. So, take care.